Morning, sir. Can I have a word?
Got a job on?
You could call it that. Danny Pearce and I got a nice little surprise in our hands last night.
Witness order.
For the family proceedings court requiring my presence today.
Well, I might find you here. Oh, what have I done now? We've got a problem. The governor wants to word about those 2 dealers we busted last week.
The junkies, but they're ready to sing, aren't they?
They were, Jim.
They tried to take out an interim care order on Jackie Garrett's kid. That's one of the 2 dealers we busted last week.
The social services want you as a witness.
Right. They say the kid's at risk because Garrett and her fella Jerry Knight started supplying.
I thought you were going to try and get the supplying charges dropped since it was first time out.
I did. But family court's civil, not criminal.
So it's admissible evidence.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to testify about the dealing in front of Garrett and Knight, despite the charges being dropped.
Right.
Well, it's a waste of a day, Sally, but it's not the end of the world.
But they were cooperating with me, sir.
Cooperating?
I was working on them, Garrett in particular, since Knight didn't get bail. I was all set to get their suppliers' names and addresses. I'm a day or 2 away from cleaning up a whole drug supply chain.
And now you've got to testify against your informants.
Exactly. I have to explain about the dealing in front of a woman who thought she could trust me and whose kid might be taken away because of my evidence.
But if the child's at risk?
I understand that, sir, but what chance do you think I still have of getting the names out of Garrett and Knight now?
Well, I should think you'd find it very difficult indeed, Sally. But I'm sure you'll find a way.
I'll go there all here now.
I understand you've got a bit of a problem, Gov.
We all have, Jim, because I want you and Suzi to go and speak to any contacts of Jerry Knight and Jackie Garrett and find out who supplied them and who led them into dealing.
Oh, just like that.
Well, who did we talk to, Gov?
Garrett was on the game for years, Suzi. Donna has a card on her, and anyway, there are plenty on the street still know her. Down Dell Street, for example.
They're scared witless, Gov. The suppliers down there are heavy duty.
I didn't say it was going to be easy, Jim. Danny?
That's putting it mildly.
This is the old magistrate's court, isn't it? I thought they were supposed to be in a special building.
Well, they will be, and they've got the money to build one. Yes.
And DS Pearce, I presume. I'm Miss Daniels, solicitor for the social services.
All right.
And this is Mr. Osborne, social services team leader.
Damien Osmond, we spoke yesterday.
Yeah.
We have a few minutes. Now, are there any more questions before we go in?
Just one. Do we have to go through with this?
We've already discussed this, Miss
Small
Johnson.
delay, and I could take out a whole raft of dealers and suppliers. Don't you care about that?
I'm not paid to care about that. I'm paid to care about Tasha Garrett, and I believe she's at risk.
Well, she'll be a sight less at risk if we wipe up her parents' suppliers.
I've no doubt about that.
Then why can't you give us a couple of weeks?
With Knight and Garrett cooperating, Tasha is at even more risk. A pair of addicts turned dealers, now turned informants. And you think I should leave Garrett's daughter where she is?
I didn't say that.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
Is it just Garrett's contacts we're looking for?
Yeah, Jerry Knight keeps himself to himself, and since he's the one who would have gone into the dealing, his mates won't talk.
What makes you think it was Knight that started the dealing?
Because I know Jackie Garrett, that's why. Basically, she's just a hippie, a traveller who ended up on the streets down here. Now, she'd be knocking around with Jerry Knight on a bus in Wales. Then when the habit got too big, they came down to the smoke to support it.
Oh, so that's why she went on the game.
How else do you earn a ton a day?
She's here, Gov.
Morning, Jackie.
Sally Johnson.
I'm sorry we have to meet up
Hey,
with this.
Tasha's guardian ad litem. Here to speak on her behalf.
You haven't really met Tasha, have you?
Once, I think.
Because I think you should.
Hi, Tasha.
I don't want to go away.
I'm just a witness, Tasha.
Okay, I think we better make our way through now.
I'll see everything works out all right. Cooperate with us and we'll help you get straight. Those phrases ring a bell, do they?
I meant it, Jackie.
You got me in your confidence, almost made a friend of me. And now you're testifying against us. Which means all you wanted was information. And the only thing that pleases me right now is that I didn't give it you.
Another blowout.
They weren't exactly keen to talk to us, were they?
Never mind, that's Jackie Garrett's old stamping ground. We might have better luck there.
Do you adopt the statement you made, Inspector?
I do, Mom. Acting upon information received, I led a raid at 7 a.m. last Sunday upon the address of Miss Garrett and Mr. Knight. Having entered the flat without the use of force, my colleague, DS Pearce, found a quantity of heroin, some small plastic bags, and a set of scales in a shoebox in the airing cupboard. As he will confirm...
Hang on a minute.
Please wait, Mr. Knight.
This led you to believe that Mr. Knight and Miss Garrett had been dealing heroin.
This confirmed the suspicions that had triggered the raid, yes, though they have both only been charged with possession.
So why are you telling them? Those charges have been dropped, right?
Aware that the CPS isn't proceeding with the supplying charge, Mr. Knight.
So why is she trotting it out now, making us guilty without even being tried for it?
It is admissible evidence, Mr. Knight, despite the dropping of the charges. Carry on, Inspector.
Then it's admissible why the charges were dropped, isn't it? Tell them that while you're at it.
Inspector Johnson doesn't speak for the Crown Prosecution Service.
She knows what we're talking about.
When I told Mr. Knight and Miss Garrett the severity of the punishment for supplying, they became very cooperative.
We had a deal.
No.
She was all over me, on my side.
I was trying to help.
My friend there said if we came across with names and addresses, she'd speak to the CPS about the supplying charge.
Which I did.
Then why are we still talking about it?
Miss Garrett.
Why are you trying to take my kid away? Because we started dealing once? Haven't you ever made a mistake?
Much though we all appreciate your feelings, it would be better if you spoke through your solicitor when he's questioning the inspector.
Thank you, Ma'am. Perhaps I could please all parties by asking if Miss Garrett and Mr. Knight have indeed been cooperative.
They have been, yes.
And will this cooperation not now continue?
I rather doubt it.
Don't like the look of him much.
One of your fancy men, Sherry?
It's none of your business.
We'd like to ask you a few questions about Jackie Garrett.
We're busy, Mr. Carver.
Come on, don't be stupid.
We're not, we're being smart.
Look, Jackie's in a spot of bother.
So I heard.
Oh, so you do know her then, Sarah?
You know I do, Mr. Carver. Like I know your mob just busted her.
Then why don't you stop and talk to us?
You know that too. It's one-way traffic, isn't it? You always want to know something, and we always risk getting our heads kicked in for telling you. Look, just hang on a minute, yeah? Where'd they find you then, sweetheart? A reject from the Pixie Factory? You can talk. Look, why don't you just hear us out, and then you can decide whether you want to speak to us or not. 2 minutes. Right. Jackie's in family court today. She could risk losing her kid to care. Tasha. Why?
Because of the dealing bust.
Now, you could help us by cooperating with us. All we need is some information, and we might be able to help Jackie keep her kid. Is that right? Yeah. Can we talk somewhere? Okay.
Since you both have no income and are both addicted to various drugs, what will you support yourself with?
I don't know. I mean, I'll try anything.
I'll be out soon.
Yeah. I've been on the game, you know. That shock you, does it?
We've read the social services statement, Miss Garrett.
I mean, does it shock you that I'm telling you when you're trying to say I'm an unfit mother?
You can tell us whatever you want, Miss Garrett.
I'm telling you because that's what I did. I let men touch me. Take my clothes off. Hold me. Stinking of beer, never looking me in the eye, never talking to me. Only seeing a body, this body, for a few quid. I don't think a woman can go lower than that.
Miss Garrett.
That's what I did to keep us off the streets. I had a habit, yeah. But I also had to find the money to keep us when Jerry was inside the first time. And that's what I did, even though I hated it. Would you have done that? Would you? Do you love your kids that much?
Miss Garrett.
I'm off the game now. And I won't start dealing skag again because I want my kid with me. Isn't that plain enough?
I hear what you're saying, Miss Garrett. But what is not plain is how you'll avoid returning to dealing. Especially since it has gone unpunished.
It's a bit below the
I know
belt.
we shouldn't have been dealing, but it's not about that, is it?
But we've been caught and we've stopped, for heaven's sake.
It's about where Tasha should be living. I mean, why don't you ask her?
We will, Miss Garrett.
Can't you see she's better off with me? I love her.
We know that, Miss Garrett.
But we have to consider Tasha's safety.
Oh, rubbish, you heard her.
Your lifestyles place her at risk.
No, they don't. Mum's never let me down. Nobody can look after me better than my mum.
Okay, yeah, we'll take him down.
Don't give up, Jack!
Give me a minute, Danny. Jackie, can I have a word?
You must be joking.
I could start by saying I'm sorry.
Cheers, mate. There we go.
Look, I haven't got long, you know. Jonah catches me, he'll kill me.
Jonah?
A pimp. The geezer with the tattoos.
Right. So what have you got to tell us about Jerry and Jackie's suppliers?
I'm not telling you about them.
What?
I'm telling you about him, Jerry Knight.
Yeah, but he's not Jerry we're interested in.
Then you should be.
Look, you might find this hard to believe, but I think we both want the same thing.
You're right, I do find it hard to believe.
I want the dealers that are dragging down plenty of people on your estate. And if I can arrest them, you can make a fresh start. Isn't that what you want?
I want my kid. I don't care what happens to me anymore.
I don't believe that.
Don't you? You know what it's like to have something grow inside you. Bring it up, and then see a room full of people calmly talk about taking it away because you made a stupid mistake.
Oh, come on, Jackie.
There's only one thing that bothers you, isn't there? Getting the arrests. You're smart. But you're just looking out for number one, pure and simple.
Pure and simple would be to give up right now, call my boss and say you won't talk. It'd certainly be easier.
Why don't you then?
Because I care about what I do. Look, you're right. I've never had a kid. I probably don't have a clue. But I have watched junkies die, cleared up after them, seen what's happened to their kids. If you want to do what's best for Tasha, let me bust the people that have dragged you into this mess. That way you stand a much better chance of getting Tasha back. It's the best chance for both of us.
If I'm going to help you, you're going to help me this time.
How?
Speak to social services, get them to back off.
I can't do that, Jackie.
You can try. If you care that much, you can try. Then I'll give you the names in return. Now, that's what I call a deal.
We see a lot of Jackie's old man down here. With Tasha.
She's only 13 or something, isn't she?
It's the truth. Jerry's breaking his own woman's daughter into the game. And she doesn't even know it. Tell that to the social workers.
Do you all know which teams you're in?
Yeah, we sorted that, Gav. 4 lots of 3.
Good. Now, make no mistakes, because these targets virtually control all the dealing on the Abelard estate between them.
Who are they, sir?
I'll come to that in a minute. If we can bust these 4 blokes, we should be able to get Jackie Garrett to testify against them. OK. Red 4.
Yeah, that's us, Gav.
Your target's Steve Dents. Red 3, Kim Poulter. Red 2, Winston Draycott.
That's us, sir.
Now, I'm going to take the main man who answers to the name of Tony Whale.
Warrants are back, Gav.
Right. Let's go, shall we?
So what, he's trying to break his own daughter into the game?
His girlfriend's daughter.
You can make a fortune at that age with the perverts.
Yeah, it's Jerry Knight's sideline. Sherry Bedell reckons he's into pimping young girls.
But Garrett doesn't know.
Thanks, Jim. Suzi, you'd better get back to Sunhill.
Right, go.
See you later. So what do you do now?
Exactly the same as I was going to do. Have a word with social services at the next adjournment.
After the raids?
Of course.
But Garrett doesn't stand a chance of keeping Tasha once you tell the social services what's going on.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I've given her my word, and I'm going to try and help her keep the kid.
Right, Tasha. At your age, you're not required to take the oath. Your name and address?
Tasha Garrett, 35 Wheatcroft House, Dale Street.
And you're still at school, aren't you?
Yeah.
Thank you, Tasha.
Right. Well, can you describe your home life to us, Tasha?
It's great, yeah. Don't get told off much. I've never been hit or nothing.
And you get on well with your mum and partner?
Yeah, my mum looks after me and she sticks up for me. And I look after her when she's, you know, a bit out of it.
And what about your mum's partner?
Jerry takes me out. We have a good time in the evenings. He treats me like I'm a mate, like I'm a real grown-up.
Thanks.
Go ahead, Alistair.
We've got our target. Only on possession, but we've got him.
That'll do.
Gov, he's not here.
What about the rest, Gov?
Both teams got a result.
So we're in business then?
Unfortunately not.
So you find Tasha quite well adjusted then, Mr. Cole?
Well, like I said, since this is an emergency case, I only met her last night, when I came down to represent her as guardian. She's not an unhappy kid, not unloved.
They're not finished the raids yet.
This is the last witness. I'm going to have to say something
How about Tasha's
now.
development? As a child brought up in the household of 2 addicts.
Well, she's obviously used to shifting for herself. And she's come on rather rapidly for a girl her age.
Too rapidly.
No. She's not psychologically upset in any way.
Yes?
She does seem to be rather well informed about sexual matters.
What?
That'd be worth looking into, I think.
What are you talking about?
I thought you were supposed to be on our side, you prat.
Mr. Knight.
I'm on Tasha's side, Mr. Knight, and I speak as I find.
May we ask a brief adjournment, Mum?
Yeah, we got you. ETA.
How the roads going?
Just about gone. We got 4 targets so far, but no Tony Whale.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but we need them all arrested. And so does our informant if she's going to keep the kid.
Well, if we don't get him, we don't get him. We're not going to fight Jackie Garrett's care case for her, are we, for heaven's sake?
Jim, we got half these blokes on possession, period. If Garrett's not prepared to testify against him, they'll be out of the nick quicker than a drunk on roller skates.
So you've made all the arrests?
I think we have. I'm just waiting confirmation.
Thinking's not good enough. If you leave just one of those people out there, they'll find out pretty soon who stuck the knife in.
I know. And of course I wouldn't ask you to reconsider unless all of them are picked up. But if they are...
It's possible. I don't trust Jerry Knight an inch.
Neither do I, and I'm afraid there's something I have to tell you about him.
Gov,
Excuse me.
they lost Whale. And the DCI wants more information on his whereabouts from Garrett.
Well, there won't be much chance of that if she loses the kid.
Have you told him?
I was just going to. I have to tell them, Danny. The magistrates will be returning soon.
And what about Whale?
I think we could still get Garrett to cooperate after I've told Osborne about Jerry Knight. Even after I've told her.
How?
Leave it with me. Tell the DCI to stand by.
What was it you wanted to tell me about Jerry Knight? It sounded important.
It is. We have evidence that Jerry Knight is into prostitution using underage girls.
What?
And it gets worse. We can't prove it yet, but we think he's been breaking Tasha into the game.
Tasha? So the results of the raid are academic. We'll have to put this evidence before the magistrates, and that'll be that.
So what do you need to know?
I'll ask you in a minute, Jackie. There's something I have to tell you first. If I did it the other way around, it wouldn't be right. Let's all sit down. Jackie, I've ended up on the wrong side of you today. But I have to tell you, I really admire the fight you're putting up and your guts. That's why I'm playing it straight. When you hear what I have to say, then you can decide whether or not you still want to play ball with us, okay?
You make it sound terrible. What's happened?
Just 5 minutes more, that's all she needs.
What's she playing at? It's all over now, isn't it?
But he took her out.
I know.
He was like a father to her. He bought clothes. Took her with him. How could he? Break my daughter in? At her age?
It's just money, Jackie. Money and drugs that make people do some very weird things.
But you said he runs other young girls.
We think he does.
Who told you that?
Sherry Bedell.
She's my mate. Bastard. I hope he rots in hell. He knew I hated being on the game. So how could he try and do that to my daughter? How could anyone?
It's not over yet, Jackie.
Are you stupid? How can I possibly keep her now?
Because you're gonna do what you should have done a long time ago. And you're gonna keep Tasha. Trust me. Now, if I help you to do that, will you help me bust your suppliers?
Of course.
So can I have some more information about Whale? We need to find him.
Well, that's easy enough. You know Sherry Bedell, don't you?
Yeah.
He's a pimp.
Jim? She's come across.
What's happened?
Well, no wonder Sherry wouldn't talk to me about suppliers.
Yeah?
We're in business, sir, and I know him.
Hello, it's Danny.
What did you do?
You'll see.
Oi, who the hell is that?
I'm Miss Frank, a solicitor on the childcare panel. I shall be representing Miss Garrett from now on.
You what?
I'm afraid your partner has asked for her own representation to put in a case for sole care. without you.
You stupid bitch! Over my dead body!
That'd suit me fine.
This is where Sherry Bedell hangs out. I think she rents a room from Wales.
So he could be here.
I should have realised before. Cherry Bedell not talking. The name she gave for her pimp, Jonah. He's got a whale tattoo just here. Jonah.
And the whale.
Gov?
That's him.
Tony Whale!
Hey!
All right, all right!
What's happening?
Tony Whale, I'm arresting you for dealing in drugs. You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be giving you evidence.
You got nothing on me! Nothing at all!
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Tony. I wouldn't say that at all.
I'm sorry for our long retirement, but we are required to give you full reasons for our decision. And there was much to consider in this case. But we are now agreed on a course of action, taking into account all of this afternoon's developments.
Stand a chance now they've all been nicked.
As you might imagine, we have to disregard Mr. Knight's application, not least since he is still in prison on remand. Which gives a simple decision between the social services application and the respondent, Miss Garrett. In brief, we find that Tasha is well loved by her mother, who now stands a greatly better chance of keeping on the straight and narrow. And given certain assurances, we would suggest that this application is adjourned.
She's done it.
Application for interim care order is refused, and this case is adjourned until the 14th of next month. Thank you.
Does that mean I can go with my mum?
Yes.
What about me? Don't I have a say anymore?
You, Mr. Knight, are rather more likely to find yourself on the receiving end of further charges.
She set me up. We've done a deal or something.
You'll have your say, Mr. Knight.
Thanks. And from Tasha, too. It's okay. We got a result as well. 5 arrests. And anyway, we had a deal.
I thought you said the police didn't do deals.
Yeah. I did say that, didn't I?